Welcome, friends. Thanks for joining me in another video. In this video, I will be starting or finishing a painting that I had started in the hand study that I did 2 weeks ago. So the inspiration for this artwork was from Colossians 2:7, and that verse says, "Let your roots grow down into him, and let your lives be built on him. Then your faith will grow strong in the truth you were taught, and you will overflow with thankfulness." So looking into a bit more about what this verse means. So here, Jesus is the him that we're talking about. He is the foundation, he is the soil. And our lives, ourselves, are the roots that are digging into him, into his truth, being his word. And just like a tree, the deeper the roots go, the more founded and sturdy that tree is going to be. So that's the inspiration that triggered the idea to do this. I've had this idea on my mind for so long, and I'm really happy to finally be painting it, which is the whole reason of why I did a hand study in the last video. So there's another really cool fact about palm trees in general. I don't know if everyone knows this, but they are more likely to survive a hurricane than any other tree or thing. And that's because their roots are actually so founded deep into the soil. And every time they survive a hurricane, their roots actually get stronger. I think that's very symbolic and connected to what I'm trying to depict in the meaning behind this painting. So as someone is rooted in God and in his foundation, that after the storm passes, we actually become strengthened in faith, and for when the next storm passes, we are going to be able to just stay firm and not be shaken up. So I'm just very passionate about this artwork. I don't know if you can tell by how far I'm going into it right now. But anyways, I hope that you can just enjoy this process of me painting it. It did take me a few days to complete because I had to wait for the different layers to kind of dry. But I really did have a lot of fun doing it, and my favorite part was not just the palm tree, but the background and just doing the different colors in the back. So I'm going to be kind of talking about the process as I go along, so I hope you enjoy this video. So here we are a few days later. I had to let the previous colors dry just so the colors wouldn't come out looking really muddy. I didn't focus too much on the tiny details of the palm trees, and I actually liked how this came out, just some bold colors that I was really liking. And I did go pretty heavy on the oil paint, and it added some really nice texture to the painting. I didn't intend to do that, but when I saw that happening, I just had to go with it. After that, the next step was me adding the roots connecting to the palm. I really wanted to make that the focus and emphasis, because that's the meaning that I'm trying to go for here, is that we, the tree, are rooted in God's hand. He is our foundation here. For the background here, I'm just blocking in some basic colors, starting from light, medium, then to dark. I was trying to go for a thunder cloud type of look. I don't have too much experience working on clouds or painting those at all, so I really just tackled this head on, and I did my best just to kind of go off a reference photo. And after putting in those dark colors, dark layers, I went back and added some highlights just to kind of give that illusion that it's reflecting off the light source, and the light source is obviously in the middle. I just want to add that painting these clouds was definitely a challenge. I feel like I can probably go and do a whole oil paint study on just clouds, just to kind of improve my skill on those. But yeah, so I did my best to kind of create some contrast. I tried to go back and add some darker colors to kind of bring out the lighter highlights, and I did my best to make these clouds look fluffy and 3D. But personally, I feel like they came out pretty good looking. It wasn't the main focus point of the artwork, so I wasn't too worried about it. So after setting this piece aside, I brought it back, and I'm just here thinking about what I should do to add to this painting. So I came to the conclusion that I'm going to add some rain droplets. So the rain is going to add to the whole illusion of a thunderstorm and wind and rain just blowing against that palm tree. So I went in with this really small paintbrush that I got for free from another artist, and I rarely ever use these tiny paintbrushes just because I don't want to ruin them. So that's kind of a big deal for me. So after doing that, I'm just signing off on the painting, and I decided that this piece was done. So here are some photos, some final photos of what the painting looks like. Overall, I had a lot of fun doing this piece, and I'm really happy that I brought it to life. And I hope that we can enjoy more paintings together in the future and just have an enjoyable time being creative. See you next time.